Hi everyone, here you can see I'm live here in Jerusalem by the centre of Jerusalem, where the light rail over here is just went past me over here. Here in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim here, Shel Zahav over here. What better place to share over some words within regards to Parshat Vaera the Shabbat. Parshat Vaera it is. Naturally, it's a set of two parshiot. Over here you can see the train right behind me, friends. Over here, it's a set of two parshiot where it features the 10 plagues. Naturally here. Parshat Vaera, we will see 7 of the plagues, and in next week's Parshat, Parshat Vaera, we are going to see 3 of the plagues taking place. Just holding my kippah here because Baruch Hashem, we've got the Jerusalem winds. There's nothing like a bit of wind, and the air of Jerusalem, the air of Israel, the air of Jerusalem especially, gives a lot of good wisdom, and yeah, it's got a potent contents to it. But what's interesting in this week's Parsha, next week's Parsha, we'll see the 10 makot, the 10 plagues taking place. So friends, we know that in Parshat Vaera, in this week's Parsha, we'll see 7 of them. What's interesting is each of these plagues was a microcosmic form of midah keneged midah. Measure for measure was seen within regards to it. Everything that the Mitzrim tried to inflict upon the Jewish people, the Hebrews, it was given back in retribution. No, Hashem works midah keneged midah, and that's something we see in this week's parsha. In Parshat Shemot, in last week, we saw that what was the labor, the backbreaking labor that the Egyptians tried to put onto Am Yisrael? It was called perach. It was called perach. What does perach mean in Hebrew, friends? Perach means, per means a mouth, and rach means soft, a soft mouth. How did Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and the whole of the Egyptians try and entice everyone to do the work, to do that backbreaking labor, that torturous labor in Pitom and Ramses? It was through enticing them friendliness. It was a friendly way. Come work for us, we're going to give you money, all this shtuyot, all this rubbish, which didn't happen to be the case at the end. It was all a load of dwaddle and lies at the end. But they did it with that gentleness at the beginning. And what happened in retribution, friends? At the end, we see inside the makot, this, what they put all the Hebrews through, it was torturous. There was not knowing what's going to happen next. It was worry. It was worthless. So what did Hashem do in retribution? Each of these plagues, it brought worry upon the Egyptians. They didn't know what's going to happen next, the Egyptians themselves. They didn't know what's coming next, what's next going to hit them with the dam. There was a makot of the blood, the frogs, the lice, the wild animals, the dead animals, and so on and so forth. The barad that will rain down. Every single one of these and different plagues had a midah keneged measure message to it for the Egyptians to do teshuva each time, but they refused. The heart of Pharaoh kept on being hard, and that's what we saw in this week's parsha. And that's how Hashem works. Hashem works midah keneged midah, measure for measure. What goes round comes round. And if you do, but the good news, friends, is that it also can work the other way. You can do a lot of good things, and Hashem will bestow the good things that you do onto you through another way. There's a famous story once. There was a very, very friendly person that always was in the morning would greet the security officer with a good morning, a good afternoon, good evening when he was coming into work, when he was going out of work. I've related this story in another video, friends. So every day he was greeting the security officer. He was greeting everyone. But one of the greatest things that one could do is to greet someone and to make people feel good about themselves. So he was doing this with the security officer. One afternoon, the security officer realizes, where's this guy? He's not wishing me a good morning, a good evening at the moment. He hasn't left the job. He must still be inside the place. It was quiet. It looked like everyone had gone. It was all quiet. So he comes in, the security officer. I haven't got my good evening. He must have just disappeared just like that. So he searches around. Lo and behold, he sees this man, this friendly employee. He was locked inside one of the rooms and might have been stuck for the next 24 hours of God knows what, without any food or drink, and opened the door straight away for him and took him out. So the guy, the employee, said, how did you know I was not here? So the security said, I did not get my good evening from you. You always greet me. I didn't get that greeting this evening, so I wondered, where are you? So I searched around the place and I found you and potentially saved him from what could have been a very bad situation. So friends, let's do good in life. Let's do good to others. Hashem's going to reciprocate that, and avoid from doing bad and evil for others. Even if you get a power trip, whatever it might be, always think about the bigger picture that can happen next and later on also. Have a great day. Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to dedicate this Refuah Shlema for Shaina Bat Avram. Just good blessings and wishing you a great Shabbat. Take care.